I want to review what it means to be a real soldier. I believe that there is a lot more to being a soldier, a person who's fighting on a battlefield, than we think typically. And there are many more qualities that we could apply to ourselves in which we have not yet. And I believe a real American soldier should be stronger than what they are today. I think we can all agree on that, to be honest. I mean, if you want to defeat your enemy, you always have to be stronger every generation. You shouldn't be the same ever and as weak as you used to be the last generation as an army of people. I believe a nation's army should always get stronger. A true good military, is always improving, no matter what. Uh, and I believe in our time, we've got a lot more to improve. I really admire our military, though, and I have a heart for them, so I wish them the best. But I believe that soldiers of today should be much stronger and physically stronger. Speaking on that, I believe that they should be in the super range. I know it's hard to believe. Most people don't believe in a higher strength at all. In fact, a lot of people are non-believers of moving up to another level of humanity, evolving to another level, and so forth. People believe that we're just limited and just basically useless, because that's what limited means, actually. It means you're useless. You're always going to be the same, so something that does improve just pretty much makes you seem like nothing. That being said, people have got it all wrong when they believe that we are useless humans. In other words, limited. We are meant to remain the same. I believe we can be stronger and physically strong. I think that a true warrior, I truly believe this, a true warrior should be tougher than any MMA fighter or boxer there is out there in this world. At least within their own nation, rather. This is what I believe. A true soldier of its nation should be tougher than uh, any athlete of its nation. It's a soldier. It's a person who is risking their life to protect their nation. So, protectors of their nation, regardless of whether or not they hold a weapon, their bodies should be even tougher than any body, including an athlete's body, in its nation. In my opinion, to consider it a true warrior that is capable of protecting the nation. Now, most might think that that that's not important because they hold guns, and it wouldn't matter if a bullet can pierce through you. People who think like that are very naive. That's limited thinking. At the end of the day, if you run slow, you're less of a soldier. You'd be more likely to get shot. So yeah, you're stupid if you think like that. It is good to run fast, isn't it? If you're out on a battlefield, it is good to be athletic. It is good to learn how to fight and everything. You never know what situation you get placed into. It is important. Um, I'm not saying soldiers should focus more on being athletic. I'm saying that I just believe in our time that our soldiers are not tough enough to even fight with an MMA fighter, let alone a UFC fighter. Um, if you know what MMA is, mixed martial arts and things like that, UFC, Ultimate Fighting Championship, one of the toughest MMA companies of all time, and boxing and so forth. I just think that it's very bizarre thinking, but that's just the kind of person I am. I think that we we act like it's not important to be that tough in our life. And we forget that, with that said, we forget that a soldier should be that tough. Um, it covers for a lot of things that you'd be able to do, especially even being able to run faster than a track runner and things like that. Having all that speed is very useful for a soldier. and a lot of strength is extremely useful. For example, being able to pick things up, heavy items and objects and people. That's gonna be in handy when you're out on the battlefield because you will have to pick up a lot of people, whether they are dead or injured. That's gonna you're gonna. I believe that a soldier should be so strong that they should be able to lift somebody up on their shoulders and like it's no problem, like they're picking up a small rock. I believe they should be very strong. That they should knock a person out in one punch every time they punch someone. It should be a knockout. An average MMA fighter, they should be able to knock them out easily. That's how strong I believe a soldier's arms should be. Um, it's just a lot of strength that they should have. That's just to me that's what's required. Um, War requires that kind of strength. At least if you want to be tougher than your opponent, you'd want to be that strong. You don't want to struggle trying to lift someone up on your shoulders or trying to pick someone up and carry them. You don't want to be running slow when you have their weight on your body. You want to be able to run fast, but the only way to do that is if you were strong enough to lift their weight. And yeah, we have to invest that kind of time. It wouldn't take that long to be that strong. Um, there's ways to work around this. You'd have to do some critical thinking, but it just takes a lot of heart and focus, and um, it takes a lot of dedication. Which, to be honest, I believe we have that when it comes to training. But I think that they should focus a little bit of their training on physical strength and speed for sure. I bet they do. I bet they do. But I just believe that we can step it up. I just haven't seen proof that soldiers are that powerful. Um, I've seen instances where soldiers used to be soldiers and they would get into the UFC or something like that, a fighting sport, and they would do exceptionally well, but it wouldn't be like good enough to become a champion or to beat everyone in the weight class that they're in, which bothers me because I believe they should have been tougher than that. If you're a soldier, I believe you should be training harder than anyone in this country, but not even just harder, but training in a more clever manner, a different manner, one that makes you faster and stronger than anybody in the country. So it would be the kind of training that focuses on really entirely upgrading your human anatomy to something really more powerful, like you standing next to somebody, you'd have to feel like a bigger person, like pretty godly. And I probably speak way too highly of these kind of expectations, but this is to me what it takes to be the best, to build the best army. And this is how I think. This is what goes through my head when I imagine an army of. If I had an army of my own, I'd be training soldiers to be able to be this tough. Uh, if I'm not talking about weapons for now, physically their bodies should be able to be stronger and tougher than any boxer and UFC fighter that I can possibly in the world, or at least in the nation. I mean, so that's how I would want my army to be if I had my own. I believe that's how soldiers should be. Um, I also think that they should be strong enough to hold heavier armor on their bodies. To attach heavier armor, I still have to do a lot of research on this because I know nothing about bullets and guns, but I will still speak on this, just all my thoughts. I'm still dissecting this stuff and putting it together, trying to figure this out. But I'm hoping, and I'm just so hoping there is a such thing as armor that a bullet can't pierce through, including a sniper bullet. And I got to do some research, but still trying to figure that out. If there is, I believe the soldier should be wearing it. I believe I'm just tired of these fucking guns, and I have nothing against them. They're fucking cool. They're awesome. I use them in video games, and obviously they have they have a spark to them that people take an interest to. But I just hate how fast they kill. I just can't stand that. I can't stand that a human goes down within one shot. It just hurts me. It hurts me that it's just you're out like that. Like we're not shit because one bullet can take us out. And I just hate that. What's the point of getting a headshot? Just shoot them anywhere in the midsection, and you can easily die within that. Um, and I just believe there's got to be a way, man. There's just got to be a way to get around that. I do not want to explain why I believe that a human can actually be tough enough to have tough enough skin, yeah, that a bullet can't pierce through it. Um, I do believe in that, but I'm not going to really get into detail on that because I don't want to sound too stupid. I already sound bizarre, and this would be hard for people to believe that a human can be superhuman. And I will probably get into detail on that sometime in the future. But however, at least we can all believe that there's got to be some kind of material that a bullet can't pierce through. But I will have to do research on that. But I do believe soldiers should be wearing heavier armor. I do believe so. I believe what we wear nowadays is pretty nice, the camouflage, and I really like it. It looks very American in my mind, even though any nation can put that on. But somehow I just feel like it's a default kind of uniform, and I really like it. But I wish that we would upgrade that. I just do. I wish maybe we had some heavy soldiers or something. I just feel like we need to get creative. It's just about that time, and if it takes one bullet to kill someone, I feel like it's time to get creative. By now, had this been a good world and not an evil one, by now we probably wouldn't be too ignorant enough to be stronger humans, and be fit humans too, and not so fat and slow. I feel like we're very slow, and I'm not convinced that these soldiers look tough to me. I'm just not convinced. They look like sometimes some soldiers, and no offense, man, I do love them with all heart, but some soldiers look like a bunch of nerds in uniform, and it bothers me. And I'm like, how is this? I just don't understand. And if they have a mind of a soldier, bless their hearts. I wish them the best. I hope they get far and stay safe, but we need that physical we need the physical part down. I just believe that would be one step better. Maybe not the biggest step, but it would be essential. Um, and speed is everything. I feel on a battlefield, speed to me is everything. Being able to run fast and have quick acceleration has got to be so useful. It's one thing if you move quickly to grab your gun or something, but to move your legs fast, it has got to be useful. I'd have to think in the heat of battle, you're going to need to be quick. You're going to need to be speedy. And with the kind of bodies that I've been seeing, the physical fitness that I've been seeing, it doesn't look like these guys run quickly. It doesn't look like they run fast, but you never know. But I feel as though that's more important as well. But yes, armor. I do think that it would be nice to have a few heavy soldiers that could take a bullet because of the heavy armor that they're wearing. I've seen a lot of artwork on that, a lot of art pictures that are drawn. And to be quite honest with you, I do not feel that these pictures are fictional. I don't. I feel that there's a reason why we draw so much art based on that. If you look it up on Google Images, armored soldiers. There's so much art that people can't resist drawing. And I feel as though that there's got to be a reason why it's in our hearts to draw that. But regardless of that, I do think armor is a thing for us. I do. And I think we look not only beautiful in it, but I think it works perfectly. I think it stops bullets and it really I feel that it makes guns seem overrated officially when one man can wear that. When one man can be so strong that he can wear the weight of armor, of body armor, full body and helmet armor, it makes guns overrated, finally. Which is a good thing. Guns are awesome, don't get me wrong, but it would be a step forward, a big one, if we Americans were that tough. And we need it, man. We deserve it. We're so fat, and we we're we like to consider this country as God's country. So it would be nice to be ahead and defy gravity, defy bullets when it comes to something new that the world would not expect. And people don't believe in it, which is fucking awesome. Nobody believes in it. You people are so stupid. So if we did believe in it, if I can get you fag humans to understand this, and we tried this, we got this going, and we succeeded, you would not regret trying it. You would not regret the idea of this. Um, and this would really prevail. Anybody can have a vulnerability, no matter what. So yes, there are vulnerabilities about wearing heavy armor, but we can get past that. I mean, it's not like you just give up. Don't be a dumbass and say, "Oh, well, there's some vulnerabilities, so fuck it." You're a fucking idiot. Fuck you for being so stupid. If you think like that right now, stop. Stop being stupid. Shut the fuck up and think some more. Give it some time. Be patient. You people think so quickly, and then you come up with your answer in like 3 seconds. That's why you have the wrong answer, dumbass. Because you took 3 seconds to get it. You can never come up with a proper, correct answer in just that short amount of time. It means you didn't think at all. You just thought one little piece of something, and then you decided to get bored and conclude it. People are just so evil that they want the answer to be negative. Stupid fuck. Why? Why? You say you want a good world. But anyway, yes, there's going to be some cons, but there are pros. And if we get around it and we're smart, it can work. Listen, there's cons everywhere. There's cons with no armor. You can't take a fucking bullet. That's one con. But the helmet, I noticed, I saw a video. It was a real life video, if I'm not mistaken, and it was sad to see, but that's how dangerous war is. A guy was wearing his helmet. It was an American male wearing an American helmet, and a sniper shot him through the helmet, and it did not reach his skull at all. The helmet was pretty strong. It stopped the sniper bullet, and it got in the helmet pretty deep, but he said his head was ringing. If anybody had seen that video on YouTube, but yeah, if that actually happened, that's really fucking awesome. So those helmets are pretty useful. I don't think they need to be any heavier. If they can really stop a sniper bullet, imagine armor. But that might just be good enough material. I just feel as though their faces are not guarded in any way. And to be honest, the art pictures that I've seen, the warriors are wearing helmets that completely cover their face. And I believe in that. I believe we can have that. But again, there are cons. Like, for example, your vision is not going to be complete. But that's supposed to happen. Because your pros are so big. Like, you're so protected and you can do so much damage to someone that there must be cons at the least to dismantle you somehow. And that's understandable. That's how a video game is. But it doesn't stop you from reaching the next level at all. It doesn't stop you from picking up and wielding the biggest weapon you can find, or the biggest sword, or the biggest shield, or the strongest, heaviest armor you can ever find, depending on what kind of soldier you like to be in a video game. But hypothetically speaking, it does not stop you from being good at it. And this, to me, it's the same way in real life. It's no different. We can be good at our upgraded material. We can be good at our new tactics. We can. We just have to think about the cons and ways to get around it, and this stuff can pay off. But I do believe in a fully armored soldier that obviously can take any bullet. I do believe in that. And he can be a very good soldier. But number one thing is that for sure, a soldier like that would surely have to be strong enough to wear that armor. And I just think it takes a lot of training. We would have to dedicate our life to being a soldier. And that's why a true military, should only hire soldiers who really want to be a soldier, not just some faggot who wants to get in the military just so they can get paid more. That's such bullshit. I hate that. This is another reason why they shouldn't get paid more. They should get paid the same. I just think that they should get benefits. Getting paid more, it's like you're telling the world, hey, come join the army, come join the military, be in the Marines, we'll pay you more. You know, like you're paying them more, you're paying citizens more, you're showing them that they get paid more so that citizens can consider getting in it. But that's shitty. You do not want to have anybody who's not serious about being on a battlefield, that they'll just be a part of it just to make more cash. That is terrible. You wouldn't want that kind of person cooking your food. You want someone who's truly in love with that kind of job, whose heart tells them to be there. There's always any type of human for a specific position in life. It never fails. You can always trust that. I mean, you have no choice. That's the only type of human you should ever want for any job at all, but especially the military, is a person who says, it's my destiny to be a fucking warrior. To be a soldier, that's my destiny. You know, that's the kind of person you want. And if you have a problem with getting people like that, I will talk about that in the future, but that's when you have to get your citizens in shape. There's a lot that needs to go on, which controls everything. Everything's controlled by one major source, and that's how the citizens are acting, basically. What's going on? You kind of have to play God a little bit with the nation that you're in. This is what I've been doing lately, is pretty much playing God, trying to figure out how would I control a nation. I know exactly how I would control a fucking nation, and that's one thing I will fucking do in the future. Um, so yeah, I do believe in this heavy armored soldiers. Um, I know some people don't. It's okay. For those who do, don't worry. We will smack those retarded doubters in the face. Doubters are always demons, basically. Doubters are always people who don't really believe in shit. Nor do they care about shit. They don't care about anything. They're just stupid humans. You'd have to ignore doubters. Do not listen to doubters. They're the worst people to ever exist among us. They're just stupid people who are just so dumb that need to get their fucking ass whooped. And that's really it. That's really all they are. They are useless beings. They have no meaning, and they're not smart. They don't know anything. They're doubters. So they are meant to be fucking stupid. All you can just do is ignore them and prove them wrong. And when you prove them wrong, don't forget to slap the fuck out of them and make them kiss your ass. And that's all. That's how you deal with demons and doubters. Uh, so yeah, a true soldier, a guy who really wants to be a soldier, should be living their life like one, and training should be a big fucking thing. Um, and hopefully they're teaching these guys how to be sharpshooters in there, because you know, if you look at gamers on video games, people who are playing Call of Duty, there's people who can get headshots every single kill. If a guy can be that fucking good at a game, imagine a guy holding a weapon. I don't think it could be any different. We can train our arms to be that precise. Why not? It's not like if before games ever been created, it's not like anyone ever believed that someone could be that good at gaming. So um, never doubt. Don't be an idiot. Don't be one of those idiots who doubt things. These things can be real, and we can give birth to like the most amazing soldiers you've ever seen. This stuff is not like fictional shit. We can make these things come to life, but we have to be not only believing, but we have to figure it out. Figure out how these things can be real. Be clever, like Einstein. Like just work on that shit. Experiment with it, and that's what I've been doing to really find this stuff out. To me, it's not too much. It can be real. It's basically the kind of struggle that we should be going through. The training to get someone to be that powerful, to be a warrior, that's the kind of struggles we should be going through. Not this gay bullshit struggles that we're dealing with our crime, trying to deal with crime and survive in this fucking country. This country should be safe. We should be already have won that battle. We should have our own nation back. It should be here, and it should be ours. We should have handled the idea of crime and handled everything else, lifestyle and living. so that we can handle a better military. We can be focusing on that, but we can't now because we have a shitty country to handle. Um, but we should have been living in a lifestyle where we're not struggling with this shitty racial problems, which there are none, but people are delusional. And where we're not struggling with other stupid shit like all these other groups out there dealing with feminism and maleism and religion and atheism and all this other controversial stupid crap. We should be done with that if we had been smarter. Now, um, now I gotta pass that kind of intelligence to you fags and get you guys smart again. But once we're done with that struggle, the only struggling we should be going through is trying to be an athlete or trying to be a singer or something special. But especially in our military, the only struggle anybody should be going through in there is training, becoming the best warrior. Those are the best struggles to go through. You still learn from those kind of struggles. And while being taught wisdom by your own nation, should such a thing ever exist within a nation, and with that being the only thing to struggle with, it makes it easier to become the best warrior and give birth to the best military. No one can beat us. Don't worry, we'll get there. I'll get us there.